Guadalupe fur seals were overhunted and declared extinct in the late 1800s. In 1950, 14 individuals were found on Guadalupe Island. In 2014, one male was found on a new island. Since then, the population has expanded their range, and in 2020, 771 individuals were found on the island. What a comeback! We had the pleasure of studying the paper by Dr. Andrew Trites titled, New Colony of Guadalupe Fur Seals, Arctocephalus townsendi, discovered on El Farallon de San Ignacio Island, Gulf of California. Before continuing, I want to explain the difference between a rookery and a haul-out. A rookery is land where breeding occurs and pups are born, whereas a haul-out is land for just sleeping and resting. Now let me ask you a question. What role are you playing in the ecosystem? What role do humans play in the ecosystem? If that question is asked without the "in the ecosystem," it is easy to answer. I'm a student, a friend, a son, a brother, etc. When adding "in the ecosystem," this question becomes difficult to answer. It feels as if I must justify my existence. When we asked Dr. Trites about the role of seals in the ecosystem, he said they are consumers, just as humans are. And just like humans, they should not have to justify their existence. We asked Dr. Trites why the seals are only found on a few islands.
We now know there's only 4 places in the world where the species occurs, but we're seeing signs that the population is expanding, and we hope that one day they're going to go back to the islands where they used to breed, and they'll have to discover it probably by accident, and maybe it'll take another 100 years or maybe longer, maybe sooner, we don't know. But things are changing, and then of course on top of this recovery we have climate change that is changing the oceans, and so hopefully it's not too late for them.
We also asked about the possibility of the new islands in the Gulf of California becoming rookeries.
It's always possible, but one of the key things, so the way rookeries get established, it's often a haul-out where we get some breeding animals eventually giving birth to pups. And so we're seeing at San Benito's Island that there are a few pups being born there now, but only very few. But that's potentially the start of a new breeding island. So that may one day become a rookery. But in order for it to become a rookery, you're going to have food that's available to the animals in the summertime. As far as you know, the animals that are going into sort of at the mouth of the Gulf of California, they're feeding on squid, and the squid population seems to be big in the winter, so fall, winter, springtime, but probably is not very big in the summertime, and the squid aren't there. And so it would not be a good candidate to become a breeding site if there's no food to support the mothers when they give birth, and they've got to go and feed to make the milk they need to provide to the pups.
In conclusion, the Guadalupe fur seals are recovering, but they are still a threatened species. Dr. Trites said that as their population expands and enters new areas, some fishermen are saying they are taking fish and should be killed. Thus, more education and protections are needed to ensure the species can fully recover from the harm that humans have done to them.